I want to tell you a little bit, just give you some general thoughts that I think might be helpful as you move forward. Número uno, hay una actitud general o generalizada de que el Senado ha aprobado una legislación pro-inmigrante sin precedentes, algo maravilloso, de lo cual todos debemos estar, ¿verdad?, muy asombrados y, ¿verdad?, grandes testigos en nuestro asombro. Tiene muchas cosas buenas. There are many good things. But, you know, this insistence that everyone become a citizen of the United States, have the opportunity, came at a very heavy price. Because if I'm at a negotiating table and you know, and I say to you the most important thing is citizenship, well, you might drive a very hard bargain around other things. So, algunos han estado aquí trabajando 20 años, contribuyendo a Seguro Social, making contributions to the Social Security Trust Fund. Well, the Senate took all of those billions and billions of dollars and confiscated them. And said to the 11 million, you want to legalize? Once you do, you can make no claim on the billions of dollars that you have contributed to the Social Security Trust Fund. So in the future, there'll be a legalization program and somebody's going to come to your church and say, Pastor, my husband died. And I went down to Social Security and I told him he worked at the factory for 25 years. Pero me dijeron no, solamente le acreditaron los últimos 5 años desde la reforma y por lo tanto no hemos quedado sin pensión aunque trabajó todos los años, even though he worked. And when you ask them, ¿y de qué? ¿Qué pasó con su esposo? Pues murió porque estaba enfermo, pero como no era elegible para cuidado médico porque se legalizó, le dijeron que por 10 años no era elegible. They are ineligible for any subsidies under Obamacare in the Senate. Then you have to pay all your taxes. They don't give you a discount there. And without a subsidy, really there is no health care. Unless, of course, you get it through your employer. Well, I can just see her telling you right now, well, you know, he passed away because he was sick and he didn't want to go to the doctor because, you know, the mounting health care bill. Because under the reform it said if he had any debts and he did not complete, you know, and fulfill all of his debts, they could decertify him. And if he got decertified, since he petitioned and he petitioned for me under his auspices and my children, we would all be illegal once again. And I know you're thinking I would. No, this is all true. This all can happen because they don't get any health care. And for 10 years, they cannot get any means-tested program. It means no food stamps, no Medicaid, no nothing. For the first 10 years, but they must pay all their taxes during those 10 years. So I just want to share with you, and somebody in 10 years is going to say, ay, mi hermano que tanto yo quiero, voy por fin a poner una petición para traerlo, para reunificar la familia. And you know what they're going to tell them? Oh, sorry, remember that reform they did in the Senate 10 years ago? It eliminated all sibling categories. So all I'm trying to tell you is, estoy tratando de resumir que hay un precio. The reason I tell you that is because moving forward, tenemos que entender lo que ya se ha pagado para la reforma. My point is the following. There was a heavy price to pay for that Senate. Now, in the House we're working on stuff, right, with Republicans. And I will tell you one thing, there are 218 votes for comprehensive immigration reform. Existe. Si los republicanos permiten un voto. All they have to do is let democracy work, right? That's it. I mean, how does democracy work? You take those that are eligible to vote, right? We know how many there are eligible, right? There's 435. Así que la elegibilidad ya está. Hay 435 certificados para votar. And whoever gets the most votes wins. I know I got 218 votes for comprehensive immigration reform. But you have to call a vote. You have to allow me to make, here's the legislation, and to vote. And if they do that, we win. They don't want that. They have this weird thing. They want a majority of the majority. Queremos que la mayoría de la mayoría primero esté de acuerdo. Y ustedes dicen, pero eso me parece sensato, la mayoría de la mayoría. But when you look under it, it isn't very democratic. Because the majority constitutes, how many Republicans are there? 234. They constitute a majority. There are 435, they do. So they say first the majority of that majority has to get together. So 118 people have to agree before the 435 are allowed to vote. And they're only allowed to vote on what the first 118 have made an agreement on. That's not a democracy. So there's going to be a point at which, because just think about it. Quiero que lo piensen en un momento. Because nobody's, sometimes, you know, just. Someone said, the Democrats said, it's the Democratic Party. Everyone must be guaranteed as a prerequisite to any negotiation or any vote a path to citizenship. And that's a great idea. Well, what if the Republicans don't agree? So we don't get a vote? So the deportations continue? So women continue to get raped in the fields and in the factories? And I use that word not lightly. But it's an important word that it be expressed like that. This is not harassment. It is assault. Every day. I just want you to think. Thousands of women already have been reported what? Assaulted in the armed forces of the United States. En las Fuerzas Armadas. No se puede proteger la mujer. I'm not. That's established. ¿Quién tú crees que si las mujeres en las Fuerzas Armadas no la protegen y son asaltadas todos los días, qué es lo que está pasando en el campo? ¿Qué es lo que está pasando en esa fábrica? Y no están pensando que es el gringo que lo está haciendo, déjame decirles, son los mismos capataces latinos que están ahí aprovechándose y explotando la situación. That's happening. So I say to myself, I gotta stop that. That brutality has to stop. Somebody loses a finger, a hand, an eye, a life every day. Everything I'm telling you is statistically proven. Every day. 13 people wake up, go to work, and die every day at work in the United States of America. If you're Latino, you're more likely to be injured and die at work. While every other ethnic group and racial group in America is declining in terms of getting hurt or dying at work. ¿Ustedes saben por qué? Pues si no tienen papeles. Y lo ponen a hacer trabajo con mucho riesgo y no tienen a quién llamar. They have nobody to call. So all I'm trying to say, all of these things are happening. Everybody knows somebody's dying in the frontera today, trying to get back to their wife and to their children. Today they're going to die in that desert. Y se lo coge un coyote, you hear the stories every day. Today it's happening. There's a phone call from Laredo to Chicago. Tú lo quieres, son 5,000 y me lo dan en una semana. Si no, no aparece. That happens every day. Every day. And with all of this tragedy happening around us, they just told us about 1,200, 1,400 deportations a day. That means every day, hundreds of American citizen children, hundreds every day, lose a mom or a dad. Some of them both. Yeah. Every day. So I tell you all of this to say, think about it as we move forward.